Good evening. Thank you for joining us for this briefing on Tropical Storm Eta and the city's preparedness efforts. Joining me today is Sheriff Mike Williams and Emergency Preparedness Division Director Steve Woodard, Dr. Diana Greene from Duval County Public Schools, and Chief Castleman from Jacksonville Fire and Rescue. I'm going to provide a brief update on the storm and its expected impacts to the Jacksonville area and share about the efforts we're taking to prepare for this incident. At the last report, this tropical storm was located off the western coast of the state near Tampa and is predicted to move northeast into our region throughout the day tomorrow. The National Weather Service has issued tropical storm warnings and watches for portions of northeast Florida. Additional watches and warnings may need to be issued today, but at this time, no watches or warnings are currently in effect for Duval County. This storm will bring a slight risk of excessive rainfall and moderate to high winds throughout our area for most of the day tomorrow. Due to the higher than normal tides, we may also see some flooding. That's why today our public works teams have been proactively working in areas that we know have historically presented challenges. There will also be high risk along our beaches today and tomorrow with rough surf and life-threatening rip currents. I know that many like to walk out on the beach in storms like this one, but please stay out of the water. You're putting yourself and you're putting our first responders at risk. Additionally, because of this tropical storm, there's a small craft advisory in effect for most of the coastal waters. Here at the Emergency Operations Center and throughout Jacksonville, our teams are closely tracking this tropical storm. As I said earlier, Duval County is not under a tropical storm warning or watch at this time, and we do not expect to be. However, we do expect some wind and rain during the day tomorrow. I've instructed key agencies and departments to be prepared in the event the situation changes. At this time, we are not closing city offices or departments, nor are there any mandates for private businesses. While we don't expect any significant impacts, I'm asking everyone to use extra caution if they need to leave your homes tomorrow. Let me clarify a point. You're going to hear from Dr. Diana Greene and Duval County Public Schools in a moment about some actions they're going to take given the situation they're facing and the tools they have to deal with this. This is a decision they're making in the best interests of their students. Private schools and private businesses are not under a city mandate. They can make their own decisions at this time. Jacksonville Fire and Rescue, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, JEA, and Public Works Department have crews standing by in the event any power outages or other conditions are created by wind and rain. We do not anticipate ordering evacuations or the opening of shelters at this time. And as I just mentioned, all city offices are open tomorrow. The peak of the event should be sometime between 1 and 5. Before I turn the podium over to Sheriff Williams, I encourage all citizens to stay informed, monitor updates from the National Weather Service, make one last check of your supply kit, review your emergency plans with your family, in short, be Jax Ready. I know this has been a rough year. 2020 has been something else for our country, the world, and our community, and experiencing a tropical storm in our area after the end of hurricane season just adds to it. Proud of the people of this city. I'm proud of how you've handled and how you've dealt with this year, this difficult year. You're smart, you're compassionate, you're resilient. Thank you for all that you do as the people of the city of Jacksonville. With that, I'm going to invite the sheriff up. Following the sheriff will be Dr. Diana Greene from Duval County Public Schools. Then we'll have Director Woodard from Emergency Operations Center and Chief Castleman from Jacksonville Fire and Rescue. Sheriff.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to briefly address the bridge question that we get. Remember, bridge closures require a 40-mile-an-hour sustained wind. We don't anticipate that. However, we will have people monitoring those winds to make sure that we don't, exceed that threshold. And if we begin to get close, obviously we'll be briefing out through the media to let people know. We don't anticipate any closures of the bridges, but we will be in place monitoring those. So, thanks.
Out of an abundance of caution for our students, delivery of students by transportation tomorrow afternoon, we have decided to switch to online instruction through Duval Homeroom. All classes for Thursday, November 12th will be held through Duval Homeroom. Our elementary school classes will begin online at 10 a.m. and conclude at 3 p.m. Secondary school classes will begin and end at their normal time. Students that attend Duval Virtual Instructional Academy will do their work in their normal platform. Students should plan to be online to begin classes at the appropriate time. Families who may not have laptops can use their cell phones to get email assignments and instructions for their students. All after-school activities for November 12th are canceled. There will be no school lunch deliveries on November 12th. For our employees, all personnel will work from home with the exception of school police. At this time, there are no changes expected for Friday, November 13th. Please continue to visit our website for further updates.
We work very closely with the National Hurricane Center and the local National Weather Service office in Jacksonville. We get continual information and updates from them. New reports will come out and advisories at 11 o'clock tonight and at 5 a.m. in the morning, and we will continue to monitor those and track the system until it clears our area. Thank you.
Our largest concern with a storm like this is localized flooding, down power lines, down trees. So with that, we have personnel who are special trained in urban search and rescue, ERAT, and swiftwater rescue. Those individuals have all been notified. They've been put in a standby posture, have been rostered essentially, and they stand by ready to assist with whatever the needs are locally and or regionally. Thank you.